Episode 14.
14.
Sorry to be gone for so long.
And Cameron's back from assignment. How was your assignments, Cameron? Did you learn anything new?
They were long and hard.
Yeah.
A little smooth.
Don't be in 3 bands with the same drummer.
Yeah.
It's a lesson we all learn at some point.
Yeah.
Shit.
Really totally watched everything.
How's everybody's week been this week? Everybody all right?
Working.
ACTC.
Yeah.
Nashville show. Awesome.
Hell yeah. I saw Metallica, I think, since the last episode, so that was pretty badass.
Hell yeah.
They're my favorite band. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Going back to Nashville tomorrow.
Oh yeah, Cashville.
See another band
Cash Vegas.
at the Brooklyn Bowl, I think, which is a great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you haven't been to the Brooklyn Bowl, that is a pretty sweet fucking venue. It overlooks the park, number one, so like the smoking area is like a deck for the baseball park, but the venue itself, like the floor on one side of it on 2 levels is bowling alley, and then like on the whole other side of the building is bowling alleys.
Yeah, so if you get a bowling alley, you got great seats, basically.
Yeah, like you can get lanes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I've seen Guar there. That's a good venue to see Guar too, because it's nice and tight.
Last time I went to Nashville was like, what was it, last Tuesday, I think? That's when I went to go get Mary from work.
Damn.
I had to go pick her up and stuff, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
Traffic, and it was like, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock. It was still horrible.
Bro, the Diamond interchange that they're making right there at the Donaldson exit at the airport, there's going to be so many wrecks.
Oh, yeah.
So many. Because, like, traffic crosses right there, and people are not going to fucking know what to do, and it's going to be like Mario Kart.
I couldn't figure out what to do. I'm just like driving down the middle of the road, and there's this cop behind me, and I look down, I'm like, I'm apparently in the middle of the lanes. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Sure, he's like, there's got to be an adjustment period. People don't know.
Yeah, traffic is already fucked.
Yeah, the Donaldson.
Nobody knows how to fucking drive in this town.
Donaldson exit is stupid, dude. It's
2 worst things is people driving under 75 in the all the way left lane when it's 4 lanes wide, and semis not in the right 2 lanes, because it's posted all the way up 40 and 24 and 65. Trucks use right 2 lane, and all the time you got motherfuckers coming through here putt-putting is 72 miles an hour in the 3rd lane. It's like that lane is for medium crime, okay? That's for light crime. The left lane is for crime, because I do like 85 down that shit. I may or may not have hit 103 coming down Interstate 40 before. Actually, I've hit way faster than that. I've probably hit...
for entertainment purposes only.
For entertainment purposes only.
114, 115, I think, is like what the vehicles that I was driving that fast were topping out at. It's not the fastest I've ever gone. Fastest I've ever gone was Lee's Mach 1. We did 160.
Yeah.
But I wasn't driving.
That's the best road to do it on, too.
Oh, no, we did that on a back road in, like, Watertown. Just this long, straight fucking stretch. It had a couple humps in it, you know. It wasn't completely flat, but it was pretty straight, and you could see for a good distance.
Yeah, I've been down that road.
And, yeah, he fucking hammered it in the Mach 1, and we hit about 160. That was a lot of fun. Fastest I've ever gone in a car. But anyway, yeah, traffic in Nashville sucks. Nashville sucks. It's too touristy.
It's gotten bigger over
It's
the
all
years.
big dumb hats and fucking big dumb cups and big dumb cunts.
Not as bad as LA.
Big dumb.
Oh yeah, no, but it's like LA light.
There's like, I think there's less accidents in LA, but that's
Yeah.
because the cars just sit on the traffic for 5 hours on the highway. You just come to a complete, like the whole city just gridlocks.
Yeah,
And nobody moves.
for 5 hours.
Yep.
That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, I've gotten out of the
couldn't
car and
imagine.
just pissed in the middle of traffic, right in the middle of the lanes.
Set up camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the border crossing. And you got people walking up and down there trying to sell you stuff.
Damn. Yeah.
You know, food vendors walking through there.
Yeah.
Dude, I got stuck in traffic for like 8 hours one time coming back from an Auburn game. So you have all these people who have like leftover tailgate food and shit right there on the side of the interstate, just like grilling. Like me and my brother had time to get drunk, go get food, come back to the truck, take a nap, wake up, still sit in traffic for like 2.5 hours. Sober up, go get more food.
Made a day out
On the
of
side
it.
of the interstate, because we were like north of Birmingham, so there's no fucking exits for like fucking 12 miles.
You know, made a day out of it, didn't
Parking party.
you? That shit crazy.
Hell yeah. All right, Sean. So is it even number, or Cameron can start, or if you want to talk about that cool little thing that we discussed before we hit the red button.
We'll save it for when we actually have something.
Cool. Word.
Now that you've got it on the way. So
Yeah, we're going to watch it.
I'm to let Sean watch it too. So
We can at least tell them the name of it, right?
no spoilers.
Okay, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
It looks fucking wild. I watched a couple previews for it, and yeah, I'm really excited to watch this film.
Oh, the new today's podcast. For the listeners' sake. Hell yeah! I'm going to do the true story behind this new movie coming out on September 5th. The new Conjuring movie.
Great segue.
It's called The Conjuring Last Rites. It marks the final installment of the mainline Conjuring film series. But yeah, it's supposed to come out September 5th of this year, 2025. But it's actually based off of actual true events, and the true events date back. Let's see here. Based off of the Smurl. It's SEMURL. Like
Smurl.
It's like Smurf, but with an L instead of an F.
Smurl Haggard.
I bet they were after all that ghost hunting.
Yeah, it's the Smurl family haunting, and it's kind of crazy, like the synchronicities of this story, because the professor that they went to eventually get Ed and Lorraine Warren involved was the professor that Ed and Lorraine actually helped. So it was like, and they happened to run into him literally like by an accident. They had like in New York or something. I was watching their interview, and they just so happened the police end up taking Lorraine to a phone nearby, and it happens to be this guy's house in like all of New York City. That happens to be this professor's house. So like the synchronicities are almost like, you ever watched The Omen, where it's like these weird shit happens like at perfect timing type things. It's like one of those, you know.
Yeah.
And so it's like really crazy how the synchronicities of this happen. But anyway, leading up to it, they it started off as like a level 1 type infestation. Shout out to the podcast we did on demon infestations. But it starts off, it was basically 4 entities, they claimed, one of them being the strongest one, which they believe was a succubus, and they had 3 lesser, I guess, demons. But they tormented his family for like almost, I think it was like 13 years, up to the point where they actually had Ed and Lorraine get involved, because they went to several people and everybody thought that they were bullshitting. They're just trying to gain clout and all this kind of stuff, because every time somebody come over, like a priest or something, or like a psychologist or something, nothing would happen. But that's how they would torment the family, because they, like, demons they hate humans, because we're basically the form of God, you know what I mean? So they hate us as humans because we're like God's ultimate creation. So they feast and fucking just get a thrill out of making us like twist and turn in turmoil and shit. So like they just loved that. This torture you basically. So what they would do is like they would ease up for a couple weeks. It'd be like 2 or 3 weeks, nothing happens, and they'd be like, "Oh, we got rid of it," you know what I mean? "Oh, you know, woo woo woo," and then the next thing you know, it'd have to start knocking again or some shit, or like stuff would disappear and reappear somewhere else. Or like, for example, there's one of the daughters got pushed down a flight of stairs. Their fucking dog got kicked across the room and
You
shit.
sure she wasn't pregnant?
No. No, like the dog got kicked, like
Sorry.
thrown across the room and shit
Terrible joke.
at one time. So I mean, it all backs up to like 1973 when Jack and Janet Smurl, they moved into this duplex on Chase Street in West Pittston, Pennsylvania. Initially, their life was unremarkable, but in the mid 1970s, they began experiencing unexplained phenomena. This included foul odors, like they would smell rot, and of course, this is a telltale sign that you have something evil in the house. You start smelling sulfur or like a rotting smell, because it's said that demons during the daytime hours, they go fleeting to like the darkest crevices on earth, usually like in tombs or crypts and stuff like that, because they love to enjoy, again, they demise humans, so they love to enjoy them rot. They like to watch them rot and stuff, so they go to like cemeteries and shit and hang out until they can come out.
You know, that's the first time I think I've ever heard an explanation as to why
The smell's
that,
like
the smell is like that.
Yeah,
So
they bring the smell.
that's interesting.
With
I mean,
them.
that's plausible theory.
Well, one of the other
Yeah.
explanations
Bask
is
in
that
the ambience.
a great deal of them come from like the pit of Tartarus,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
it's like full of
sulfur,
excrement and
yeah.
sulfur and things like that.
But
That's why I say
Excrement.
certain celebrities and key political figures
They-
smell really bad for entertainment purposes only.
Anyway, the family, they would smell these foul odors in the house, And then they started hearing disturbing noises. You know what I mean? There was one time where the lady Janet, the wife, she was downstairs doing laundry, and she kept on hearing her name being called, and there's like nobody there.
Damn it, Janet.
You know what I mean? It was like fucking with her. That's when she knew that there was some serious shit going down in Chinatown. They even started getting shadow figures. Over time, the incidents escalated to physical assaults, with family members reporting being pushed, scratched, and even sexually assaulted by an unseen force, mainly the husband. That's why they believe it was a succubus, because Janet, I guess she had twins, or I think she had twins, and then, or was trying to have twins, and the succubus was not having it. So she was like attacking the husband and shit, trying to cause argument and turmoil within the family because they feed off of that. It's like a fuel for them, causing arguments and fighting and all this kind of shit. That's what they live off of. That's what they feed off of. That and fear, you know what I mean? But their dog was reportedly thrown against a wall, and one of their daughters was pushed down a flight of stairs. The Smurls sought help from various sources, including priests and psychologists, but found no relief. Desperate, they turned to renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren in 1986. The Warrens, along with their psychic association Rosemary Frew, conducted an investigation and concluded that the house was inhabited by 4 entities, one of which was a powerful demon, the succubus bitch. And of course, the only difference is between a succubus and an incubus is one's male and one is like female and one's male. Really, it's no sex at all. It's just what they portray themselves as. So if you were male, it would portray itself as a female or a succubus, and if you were a female, it would portray itself as a male or an incubus. But it's basically one entity. It just, you know, I mean, it's like gender fluid, I guess. Yeah, that's how it portrays itself. It's just different Latin words for it. But let's see here. Yeah, Ed and Lorraine Warren were prominent figures in the field of paranormal investigations, known for their involvement in high-profile cases like the Amityville Horror, for example. And in the Smurl case, this was a year after Ed had his heart attack, too. So this is like the first time essentially going up for bat with a demon case after his heart attack. So he was kind of leery about it at first. They reported witnessed objects being moved on their own, hearing unexplained noises, and experienced sudden temperature drops. Ed claimed to have captured audio recordings of knocking and rapping sounds attributed to the demon. They have, I was watching the actual interview about this from 80s, from I guess 85 here, and they said that when they initially went into the house, Ed, he's a high respected, noted like demonologist, like from the, he's like, I guess, stamped and approved with like the Vatican and shit, and he's got like his Van Helsing kit pretty much that he rolls around with everywhere, and it's got all these sacred objects in there from like the church, the Vatican and stuff, that he uses for getting rid of demons, like, you know, for exorcisms and shit. And they said that when they went into the room, he started playing his Gregorian chants, like he was playing, I guess, a tape of it. And apparently demons hate Gregorian chanting. They despise it. They hate that shit. And like everything started rattling. There was almost like a hum, and all of his instruments started like dancing around, like it was almost mocking him and shit. This is before they even
I don't think I've ever heard of Gregorian chanting.
Yeah, it's like the you know, like when you hear the monks chanting.
Oh yeah, you don't remember? You didn't go through that phase where you listened to Gregorian chants?
I grew up on the res, you know, with we had different kind of chanting out there, you know.
Yeah, it's I guess it's
Yeah,
after King, what was it, Gregory I don't know, 4th or something, I don't forget. But yeah, it's named, it's the Gregorian chanting, where they have the priests, or not priests, but the monks, and they all chant like, oh, you know, they do all the, yeah, they do it in cathedrals.
Actually, that's more of a mouth didgeridoo than it is.
But yeah, apparently demons don't like that shit.
Is that like Christian monks or like Buddhist monks?
No, it's
Christian
Christians,
monks.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christian.
Dudes that don't have, like, you know, if they needed a really high tenor, he didn't have no balls no more.
That was like a Roman thing.
Yeah, I might be able to.
Yeah,
pull
but
up
they did. Come on, you think they didn't do that in old Christian stuff? They didn't have eunuchs?
No, it was real
Catholic.
popular during the medieval times.
Catholic?
Catholic, yeah.
Catholic.
It's
Here, let me pull one up here on.
that was after Roman Catholicism took over.
I don't know who's worse, Catholics or Mormons. I
It's
didn't even
called
have to finish that.
It's called a castrato.
Castrado?
It's
Castrado.
like castrated.
Let's see here.
Do you think they did the Italian fingers when they did it? Castrado.
Oh, Latin.
Maybe with the scissors, a castrato.
Castrado. Rock, paper, castrado.
Yeah, right here. Here's some.
It's Italian, yes.
This is Gregorian.
That sounds like the Halo home screen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the Halo home screen. Yeah. Anyway, that's what.
I want to play Halo now.
Yeah, I want to play Halo 3 back in 2007 again.
That's what he would play, like whenever he was fixing to basically get rid of this. He tried to expel and cleanse the house. Like he would get down to business, and they'd hate that shit. And there was an account where it started getting hairy. Like when he pulled out the tools, they all started dancing and stuff. And I guess he was trying to mock them. But yeah, he was talking about that in the interview.
Damn.
I was watching on YouTube. Let's see here. Where did I leave off here?
Good question.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they reported objects being moved on their own, hearing unexplained noises, and experiencing sudden temperature drops.
Now, was this Bob and Lorraine?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is their account.
So they're like confirming what the other people.
Correct, yeah. And they got recordings of knocking and rapping sounds that are attributed to be the demon.
Now, what kind of rapping? Are we talking East Coast or West Coast?
No, this
Sorry.
Detroit.
I couldn't help it.
No, like Edgar Allan Poe, like a rapping at my door. Anyways, despite the multiple attempts at exorcism, the Warrens reported that the demon persisted, allegedly moving between duplexes, the two to expand its basically reign of terror. So it not only affected one side of the duplex, but it went to the other side and started fucking with, because both the families, knew each other, so they lived on both sides of the house.
Wasn't that like the other one they did in the UK? They lived in a duplex as well.
I think so, yeah, possibly.
Don't stay in a duplex, folks.
But apparently,
That's true. I lived in a duplex as a kid. It was fucking wild.
Yeah.
the case it gained national attention with the Smurls appearing on talk shows and co-authoring a book titled The Haunted in 1988, detailing their experiences. Of course, skepticism and controversy erupted because they think, that they had the Catholic Church get involved, and they had psychologists suggest that the experiences could be attributed to psychological factors, including stress and hallucinations. Apparently, Paul Kurtz, a professor at the State University of New York at Buffalo, labeled the case as a hoax, citing a lack of evidence. The Diocese of Scranton conducted its own investigation but found no evidence of any kind of demonic activity. But like I was saying a minute ago, it would gain energy by feeding off this family, and then it would just torment them. It would go dormant for a couple weeks. It just lay low. It'd be like on top of your water heater or some shit just chilling. Just waiting on a motherfucker.
No hot shower for you guys.
No water for you today, motherfuckers.
That would I think of all of the shit that would piss me off the most. Because it's sometimes you just want a hot shower. Yeah. And if you just had a shitty day and you got gross and I get oil all over me all the fucking time.
I think I've seen that in Japanese ghost lore. They throw boiling water on ghosts.
Really?
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
But see, a priest, he stayed there. He said that he didn't see any unusual occurrences either. So despite this, the Smurls maintained their claims. They held to their guns, saying, no, this shit really happened. We even got Ed and Lorraine over here claiming the same thing because they got it on recordings, audio recording. But even today, it remains one of the most debated cases in paranormal history, because they got them saying I think they're just trying to gain notoriety, trying to gain some clout. But they said no, that they're actually haunted. Shit's crazy.
Well, hopefully this film holds a bit more merit than the first one, because a lot of the things in the first one got disproven.
Really?
Yeah.
It says here, while skeptics question the validity of the claims, the experience of the Smurl family under Warren's investigation continue.
The validity.
Continue to captivate the public imagination. The Conjuring Last Rites serves as a somatic tribute to the haunting tale, offering audiences a glimpse into the darkness that the Warrens confronted in their final case. That's why this is I guess their last one they did before they went to retirement.
They had to close the circle,
So yeah,
in the session.
They had, because there was 4.
But yeah, it was
DVD just shipped. I got the notification.
No spoilers.
The spoilers.
Hashtag no spoilers.
But yeah, I figured I'd go over that since it's coming out here in not too far down the road.
Yeah. I mean, I don't watch a whole lot of spooky movies. Like, I don't watch horror movies. I don't like it's close to horror movies I get is probably like Tucker and Dale versus Evil or like Evil Dead and shit like that. I like goofy shit and I like sci-fi shit. Like, I'm a huge Star Trek fan, but I don't watch a lot of horror movies, but I probably will watch that one now.
I think the best thing about the Conjuring films was the score. When the title crawl comes up and the music
Spoken
comes on,
like a fucking musician.
It's like the Bram Stoker's Dracula score. It's just really powerful. I was like,
that
wow,
is a really good one.
This is really dark and awesome.
I actually bought a movie soundtrack the other day. The motion picture soundtrack to The Three Musketeers.
Which one?
The one with Oliver Platt and Kiefer Sutherland and Charlie Sheen and Chris O'Donnell and
D'Artagnan.
Yeah, that was done by Michael Kamen. I don't know if you know who Michael Kamen was. Yeah, he did like the first Metallica S&M. He did a lot of Pink Floyd shit and like some Tom Petty stuff. He's very well known. He's done a lot of fucking movies. I think he did Men in Black too.
That'd be a good subject. A great horror movie song producer or something.
Yeah. But yeah, I found that on sale at a pawn shop for like 50 cents. I was like, yes, I must buy this because it's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Oh, yeah.
It's super cheesy, but it's got like Rebecca De Mornay.
The Conjuring movies are pretty good.
And for 50 cents?
Most of them are.
I mean, shit, yeah.
Pretty. They're entertaining. The first one got like debunked a whole lot. Whether or not something weird was going on in the family, I don't remember if that was proven true or not. But in the first one,
Well, they're all based off of cases, but yeah, they kind of doctor them up.
I mean, it's Hollywood. They take liberties,
they're gonna,
you know.
They're gonna Hollywood it up.
Yeah, like where the Conjuring houses, they said that there was witch coven there that was murdered and hanged, and she wanted her revenge. Like that never happened. Like the Bathsheba thing.
Oh, Bathsheba?
That never happened.
It supposedly happened in the woods outside of the house.
Never happened. There was not even any war, no Civil War, Revolutionary War. Like the closest Revolutionary War battle closest to it was like Yorktown, I think. That was like 70 miles away.
Oh shit.
So, but that doesn't mean something weird wasn't going on with the family necessarily. Like, I mean, the family could have been messing around with something, but I think they doctored it up a little bit. Like the land was not. She had no kids. She didn't kill any, sacrifice any children, or anything like that. Right. I'll find the video for you. About all that getting disproven.
Well, I mean, there's also there's a lot of stories from the Civil War about like guys who would just kind of break off and become kind of bandits, and 70 miles is not terrible. I mean, 70 miles is like my house to Nashville.
There could have been something very wrong and disturbed with the land. That's not what I'm saying. Just
that too.
That story that they doctored up for the movie was not true.
I haven't seen it, so I can't judge one way or the other.
There could have been something else going on with the family, something else with the land, and then that was just what they kind of conjured up for the idea of the movie. But I'll find that video on YouTube for you. I watch a lot of debunking stuff.
Yeah.
Not like trying to disprove stuff, but that's just.
But who debunks the debunkers?
If you watch, I mean, it's kind of really up for you to decide. If you watch a lot of like true crime or forensic files or anything like that, it'll be like the most mysterious cases, and the people will be like you just evaporated into thin air, or or it's just somebody appeared out of nowhere and killed this person, and then they disappeared.
Ancient aliens.
And then they figure it out, and you're like, oh, that's
aliens.
That's how they got in there. This is what happened. And
sometimes though, there are things that there just ain't a fucking.
No, just a lot of
unexplained.
There's
a lot of shit that there just ain't no fucking explanation.
I think if you want great unexplained stuff, it would be to watch stories on park rangers. Park rangers usually have the best stories.
Yeah, I would imagine, or like the guys that live in those fire towers for the summer.
Yeah.
That's a job. Like if I got divorced, I think that'd probably be the first job I would apply for.
That'd be cool.
Just imagine all the aliens you'd see.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm gonna go live in the woods. I don't care what I see. Like I get a gun and a radio.
You get to see Bigfoot on the
That's all I
rig.
need.
You get to see Bigfoot on the rig.
Yeah.
Aliens on the rig.
Smoke rig with the fucking. I smoke some loud with the aliens too, dog.
Get cultists, Klan members out there, all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was basically doing parking for Klan members all summer long, I guess.
Yeah, that would be fucked.
Directed traffic. You guys leave this way.
Yeah. Check your white hoods in at the gate.
Yeah, I watched one where the park ranger he's like, he was telling you, if you hear static on the radio, you have to like click it twice and then give off a code sign. And then if it keeps like clicking back to you, or you just hear static or something and nobody answers back to you, it's like that's how they decipher if it's a cryptid or a skinwalker or something. And they're like, nope, don't go in there, don't check that out.
Yeah.
They have like protocol that they follow for unexplained phenomena.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's like, if you want to go check it out, go ahead, but there's no backup within 50 miles of you. So.
Bob was never seen again.
Henry ain't gonna get chagot in the fucking woods, dog.
Found his truck, claw marks.
Nah, sir.
It's like he vanished in the minute.
All was left was his foot inside of his shoe.
That would be terrible. I'd be like, well, he got to eat. No, if I disappear, I want to like completely disappear without a trace. Most likely cause, fell down a fucking hole I didn't see. Honestly. So, I mean, there's just holes in the earth, you know? There's just, you could be walking wherever.
Doesn't Tennessee have like the most caves per
Yeah.
state in the U.S.?
Yeah, something like that. That and fucking like, I don't know if you've ever been to Mammoth Cave, but they have a map of like all of like the caves that are connected to it, and it's
don't like caves.
fucking huge.
Yeah, it's all under Tennessee.
Yeah. Speaking of, brings me to my subject: holes.
Holes.
My hole. It's brown, it's squishy. But first, listen, our German listeners, hit us up. Hit us up.
Yes.
B. Gates.
Hit us up in the email.
Yeah, dude, you'll get some free merch. Free merch.
We're happy we have foreign listeners.
Yeah, there was somebody in, let me see, I think Mexico.
Oh wow.
Man.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Sorry. It logged me out of the website that I use.
Cut all this.
God damn it.
All this heavy
Fucking
breathing.
bullshit. Whatever. Anyway, we got listeners in several countries. You know, we got some Canada,
Yeah.
some folks down in Georgia, people everywhere. So,
The country, Georgia?
no, fuck that place.
On the state.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know anything about the country of Georgia. So I brought some holes tonight for everybody to play with, pink ones and brown ones.
No Shia LaBeouf involved.
No, I figured I seen something the other day scrolling through the face of the book, and yeah, this shit was
Isn't there like a famous
bonkers.
one?
Yeah,
Like a
Mel's hole.
Mel's hole. That's what it was.
So apparently it is an urban legend. So call back to last episode
Right.
because it has apparently been debunked since then. But
Shit.
I did not know that until I started researching this approximately 3 hours ago.
Is it like a spelunking area? Or
Apparently, this guy, he calls in to Coast AM in 1997, and he calls himself Mel Waters. He claimed that there was a hole on his property, and this man, Mel Waters, was apparently like a fisherman, and not like a regular fisherman, like he did it for like money and stuff.
Yeah.
So he had like fucking industrial lengths of fishing line in his garage. So he puts all of this shit together, eventually comes up with around 80,000 feet of
Damn.
line,
I think I've heard this.
and he still didn't hit the bottom of the hole. And you know, it's like, that's my ex, because that thing was deep and wide, and there was nothing in there for me.
Did they end up
Fucking corpses in that
confiscating
thing.
his land or something like that? Am I getting too far ahead?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've seen some videos that were like his neighbors and shit used to go dump trash in it and stuff, and
Yeah.
like dead animals. And,
You're getting ahead of me.
sorry. I didn't like deep dive into it or nothing.
Now, one of the claims was that his neighbors threw their dead dog down in there and then seen the dog a week later.
That I
And it
didn't.
wouldn't like respond to them.
That I didn't know.
and stuff.
That's crazy.
But
That
it
was
all-
probably a different dog.
Yeah, at the same time, it was probably a different dog, you know?
yeah, but what's the odds? Like I was saying earlier, like what's the synchronicities of that shit happening? Though?
Yeah.
Well, they probably got the dog.
Well, I mean, it's like
locally, and
you
there's-
buy a red car, all you see is red cars.
Oh, yeah,
you
true,
know?
I guess,
It's kind of one of those things, I think.
That's still a little weird though.
I mean, they probably got the dog from like maybe puppy breeders or a farm or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those dogs just breed
Yeah.
indiscriminately with each
Yeah,
other.
because I mean, this was the country.
Yeah.
So, but they never found the bottom of this hole, and like the urban legend says, the hole's magical properties prompted the U.S. federal government to seize the land and fund his relocation to Australia.
Wow.
Yeah. He made his appearance on Art Bell's show in 1997, February 21st and 24th, 2000 and 2002. February 24th is my birthday, so I just want to put that out there. Rebroadcasts have helped create what has been described as a modern rural myth. The exact location of the hole was unspecified, yet several people claim to have seen it, such as self-described intertribal medicine man Gerald Osborne, known as the Red Elk.
Very tribal name.
Yeah.
Red Elk.
Yeah.
No, Gerald.
Gerald.
Nobody's ever been able to like really find it. And there's plenty of geologists are like, bullshit. I'm calling shenanigans. That's impossible. But I mean, there's all kinds of holes out there.
Yeah, isn't there like one in Brazil or something? Or
So apparently there's a bunch of fucking holes that are just on fire.
what?
They're just on fire.
Like volcano fire or?
Yeah. There's this one in Turkmenistan.
Well, that's from a gas leak.
Well, the Davarza gas crater. Yeah. It's also known as the Gates of Hell. It's a large pit in the middle of the desert, and it's been burning since 1971.
Holy shit.
When the Soviet scientists ignited the natural gas leak to prevent it from poisoning the surrounding area. And they have no fucking clue when it's going to stop burning.
Well, it
Like,
could
it's
be
just
Yeah,
burning.
There's like another one in like coal mine, Kentucky area.
I thought there was one in Brazil that I heard about where they lowered a microphone down in there and you can actually hear people screaming like
That's
they're on-
Russia.
Is it Russia?
That was like the deepest.
It's like some
hole,
huge.
man-made dug
Yeah, they
hole.
think it's like literally a portal to hell or something.
I think that recording got debunked, but the hole is real nonetheless.
Oh.
And they did put, I think they did say that they put microphones and stuff down there, but whether or not that recording is from the hole.
The Kola
up for debate.
super deep borehole.
Yeah, that's
I
the one in
think.
Russia, yeah.
It's 40,230 feet deep.
Damn.
Intense heat and geonomical anomalies led to the abandonment of the thing. And then the gas
Sure.
crater in Turkmenistan is also the fucking bloody Russians.
Which, well, Turkmenistan's its own country now, but
Yeah.
it's a
well, I mean, it
very-
used to be part of the Soviet
It's a
Union.
very odd country.
Yeah?
Very strange. Yeah, I mean,
I imagine.
watch some traveler guys. They go there and there's like you can only drive like white cars there, or black or silver cars, and they have like these giant gold monuments, giant like white marble buildings. It's a very strange place.
Yeah.
and there's just nobody there.
I want to check out Turkmenistan now too.
You could go there. I mean, but you'll have somebody like
With you the whole
with
time.
you the whole time.
Yeah.
And it's seen these travelers. I can't remember their names on YouTube. But shout out to those guys, traveling buddies or whatever. But it was cool. You know, it's a very strange country. Nothing against them, just odd.
In Taiwan, there's a methane hole that it's been burning for over 300 years now.
Damn.
It's around some hot springs. So honestly, I think that's just adds like a aura to the hot springs. I think that would be a really cool place to visit. Like,
There's like a bunch of trailer parks around it and stuff.
but I'm also super afraid of hot springs because of the movie Dante's Peak.
Yeah.
You ever seen Dante's Peak? And then that teenage couple gets fucking boiled alive in the hot springs, skinny dipping.
Yeah.
Cooked, boy. Ain't happening to Chinry.
Yeah, because that could happen. Like
I'm not about to get you cooked, okay?
that could happen any time. The Earth decided to change.
Yeah, fuck all that, dude. But yeah, there's a bunch that are on fire. Azerbaijan. Okay. Yeah. That one's been burning for centuries as well.
Damn.
Approximately the first millennia BCE.
We didn't start the fire. Don't copyright us.
Like, there's a whole religion that pretty much spawned because of these fires.
Damn.
Yeah, that's the one in Azerbaijan. So, it's called Yanar Dag. You can visit it.
I heard they're gonna plug it up. It's called the Preparation H protocol.
Shit. And this will probably be my last one. I'll make it short and sweet this week and do a little bit more research for the next episode. The longest burning one is in Australia. It's a coal hole. It's a coal seam. underground. It's been burning for around 6,000 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's a long fucking time to just have a hole burning in the ground. But
That's
Australia is also like, even the ground wants to fucking kill you in that
a lot of
country.
fuel.
It's just the most toxic soil on
That
the
makes-
planet.
Yeah, dude, it's literally like the most dangerous country in the fucking on the planet.
And like unpopulated.
Yeah, they
kinda-
love American men.
It kind of
in
makes you
Australia.
wonder. They got these holes burning fuel,
Yeah,
and yet they cry about like the crisis with fuel, like fossil fuels and shit.
yeah, being burned. Yeah.
But they got shit that's been burning before we even came up with gas.
Oh, trust me, dude.
I'm like-
We know.
We must have an abundant of fuel if it's been burning for fucking.
If I'm not mistaken, Mount St. Helens alone released is like a multitude more of carbon emissions into the atmosphere than all of recorded human history.
I'll give you a quick history lesson on hydrocarbons. This is for entertainment purposes only. Hydrocarbons is what fossil fuels were called before they were called fossil fuels. Look up the story of hydrocarbons. So, quick rundown is that when they found oil, they did a research on it and found that it was made of mostly carbons, and they figured they could use this as a fuel.
Liquid carbon, hydrocarbons.
Right.
Got it.
But they decided, how are we going to charge people for this? Well, we may have to make it seem like it's finite. Well, how else would you make it appear finite other than it's created from organic matter? So, in so fact, ergo Latin, this stuff was created by dinosaurs. There's only so many dinosaurs that roam the planet.
Yeah.
So this resource is finite. So that's why it's a precious commodity.
I see.
Bom, bom, bom.
That's how you
For
can tax the
entertainment
shit out of
purposes
it.
only. Hey everybody, Chinry here with ads. If you or someone you know would like to run an ad with the Wicked Paranormal Team or Dead Time Stories podcast, please feel free to reach out at wickedparanormalteam@gmail.com. That's wickedparanormalteam@gmail.com.